Warning! Hey, dumbass! This show is called The Offenders. So if you hear something that offends you, then we are doing our fucking job. So quit crying. Love the Offenders.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Offenders podcast. As always, I'm Kyle, and joining me from Macon is Evan.
Hey everybody, how you doing? And sitting to my left, the new host.
Good evening. I'll be your host.
Oh.
And who is this man to my left? What is your name?
My name is Shane.
That's right, back due to popular demand, permanently at the third section of the fucking triforce, Shane.
That's right.
Yeah. We had girls mailing in their panties to get Shane back on.
Exactly. That's why I'm a host, you see.
That's right, you're the Japanese style host. That's exactly what it is.
And well, if this is gonna be like a Japanese style thing, we each have to have some gimmick. Like, you're like the one guy.
I'm the stupid, loud foreign guy that everybody loves.
Okay. All right. So Shane, what are you?
I told you, man. I'm the host.
He's the host.
Okay. Then what would I be?
You'll be the asshole that people are afraid of, but they keep him around just in case.
That's cool. That sounds like I could be like the
Gendo.
Hamada.
You're Gendo. Well, you could be Hamada, too.
I just slap everybody around a little bit.
I vote for him to be Hamada. I don't want to get shot when I disagree with him.
Yes, that's better. I'd much rather just get hit on the head, and then we can laugh at him when he goes, yeah!
All right. So, I think this is kind of be a low-key week because we're kind of in the middle of our conventions. Dragon Con a couple weeks ago, and then AWA, not next week, but the week after. And we got a special episode for next week that we're going to talk about some stuff. So this week, I know Evan's got a story he wants to tell. I got an article I want to talk about, but I'll let Evan start off with his story of the week.
Okay, so here we go. I'm a person who has been working in a customer service-based job for at least the last 5 years. So while I admit that I'm not the most efficient or best customer service representative in the world, I know a thing or two.
But even before that, you've done customer service more than 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with public a long-ass time, but this is like specific customer service stuff.
Okay.
So that being said, anytime that you deal with any kind of business transaction where you deal with the public, you are automatically a customer service representative. Do we all agree on that?
Well, yes, technically.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. So, the other night, I go over to my buddy Mike's house, and I meet Ryan, who was on the show with us one time. And we were watching the new episode of The Ultimate Fighter with Ronda Rousey and Misha Tate, both of them super hot. And we were like, you know what would make this night even better? Pizza. So, everybody knows me. I love pizza, so I order from Domino's. I order from Domino's at least twice a week to different addresses, to Mike's house, to my house, to whoever's house I'm going to be at. They always know it's me because I order from there so much. Well, I order my pizzas, one for me, which I ordered with light sauce, pepperoni, and 4 little cups of hot sauce. Ryan ordered regular sauce, green olives, and pepperoni. So we placed the order. They're like, it'll be there in about 30 minutes. Cool. An hour and a half goes by, and I'm like, where the fuck is my pizza? So I go outside and I call, and the lady's like, well, I came by your house. Oh, wait. Whoa, back up. Have you ever ordered online for Domino's, Kyle?
Yeah, there's a little timer. I was going to say, isn't it supposed to be there in 30 minutes?
Yes. And on top of that, it says special instructions for the driver.
Yes.
So I put basement apartment, come around to the back, as I've put 800,000 times before. So I call her and she goes, I didn't come here. I got there and there was no lights on and I couldn't see nothing, and they tell us if we're afraid not to go. So I just turned around and I called you, but I just left.
All right, so hold on. Is the person who is delivering this pizza a younger version of the pedophile from Family Guy? Because that's what I felt like that voice was channeling.
It's It is a very obese, this is a subjective term, fucking ugly old woman.
Get your piggly ass in here, boy. I got something for you.
If you could imagine a female Paul Bearer from the old school WWF.
Whoa.
That my Undertaker would be back there.
Exactly.
Whoa, was this Pat, like from the old Saturday Night Live skit?
Not too far from it, my friend.
Fair enough.
So, at this point, I'm a little aghast. I'm like, okay, well, I guess just come back out here. I would like 2 new pizzas because those are probably cold. She's like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just make some new ones. I'll be here in 15 minutes. I was like, I'll leave the lights on, okay? I'm gonna make sure to leave the lights on. Okay, I'll be right there in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I'll just be right there. 45 fucking minutes later, she shows up, walks up, and she goes, you know, y'all just should have had the lights on. And I would have brought it right the first time, but, I tried to call your phone. And I look down, there's no missed calls, there's no fucking voicemail, there's no nothing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But I brought out your pizzas, and they're fresh just like you asked for. I just made some new ones, here you go. And I'm a nice guy, I understand shit happens, so I gave her a tip. So, she leaves, I take the pizzas downstairs. I ordered 4 hot sauce cups. I got charged for 4 hot sauce cups. She gave me 2. I ordered light sauce. Ryan ordered regular sauce. No fucking sauce on the pizzas.
Whoa, wait, hold up. No sauce at all?
No fucking sauce, period. He ordered green olives. They gave him black olives. So at this point, I'm like, shit!
No, hold on. My mind is fucking blown that there's no sauce on the pizza. That's like... Literally, a pizza is dough. Step 1. 2, sauce. 3, cheese. Bitch couldn't even get step 2 right. She fucked up at step 2.
Exactly. Motherfucking exactly. So, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be that guy because I've worked in customer service. I'm going to send them an email, and I'm going to be polite about it. So I did, and then I typed it, and I realized that professional speech can seem very condescending. So I decided to throw a joke in there. P.S. You might want to give your employees flashlights if they have to deliver in the woods. Harmless joke. Whatever.
No, that sounds like an asshole comment. I'm just going to put that out there.
Does.
Damn it. Well, I tried.
Whenever you're trying to be serious, don't throw in a joke because then it seems like you're just being a dick.
Well,
It's all or nothing.
Nothing I can do about that. It's done. So, nothing happens. Day goes by. I'm like, well, shit. Whatever. Okay, the next day, I get a telephone call from the manager. His name's John or something. He spends 15 minutes apologizing to me. 15 fucking minutes. I'm like, dude, it's okay, man. It's really okay. Thank you for calling me, but you don't have to keep apologizing. He's just like, you've ordered so many pizzas from us, and you're a regular customer, and this is completely unforgivable.
You're the only reason we're still in business.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of what he's thinking. So I'm like, dude, it's okay. He's like, no, it's not okay. It's 2 free pizzas. 2 free pizzas to replace those. Is that good? I was like, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I got 2 free pizzas. I should always fucking send emails and tell them about fucking flashlights and jokes. So I was like, that's great. Everything's good. I already had some burgers today. I'll wait till tomorrow. So yesterday happens. Well, I decide I'm going to get my pizza because it's free. Order my pizza for carryout because I sure as fuck am not getting a delivery. So I go up there. I place my order. I look around. She's not there. Order my pizza. I sit down on the little red bench. I open up my book, Feast for Crows. I'm fucking halfway through it. I'm enjoying myself.
Uh-huh.
He went into the mansion where he thought it would be safe. Yet.
So all of a sudden I hear ding, ding, ding. You know the door noise, the fucking bell, and I look over for a split second and I see her. But she doesn't see me, so I'm like, fuck! So I look immediately at my book. So I'm just like, keep cool, play it safe. It's going to be fine. So then she walks back a little bit and I hear, is that 724 Old Lundy Road sitting over there? And I'm
not
like,
a number, I'm a man.
So I'm like, this can't be happening. I'm on candid camera. This is not happening. I'm fine. Everything's fine. So I'm like, just act like nothing happened. She goes, yeah, that's the guy that got mad at me the other night. Fucking telling the whole goddamn Domino's Pizza that I got mad at her. So I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I'm like, just don't say anything. You're only going to make it worse. Stay cool. If you get mad at her, it's just going to make you look like an asshole. So I kept cool. So she walks over to me and she goes, are you still mad at me? Are you mad at me? And inside of my fucking brain right now, there is a Godzilla fucking vomiting flames on the earth of rage and furious anger. But outside, I'm like, keep it cool. You got this. So I said, no, ma'am. I'm not angry at all because your manager gave me 2 free pizzas. I'm not angry at all. So she goes, well, just next time, make sure you leave the lights on in case you order another pizza. So at this point, I was like, ah! Inside of my head. On the outside, I'm cool. I'm collected. I'm just like, okay. So she walks back to the kitchen. I'm like, it's over. All of a sudden, she tells the entire fucking kitchen about what happened. Yeah, I went there and it was dark and I couldn't see nothing in the woods. And I turned around because I didn't want nothing to happen to me. So,
wishful thinking.
Let me put it this fucking way. That's insulting to the customer because you're insinuating that they're murderers and rapists. Number 2.
Actually, I was going to say, it's insulting to the customer for the sheer fact that basically she's basically talked with a scream and she's calling you out in front of everybody. I'd have been like, I need to talk to the manager again. I mean, there's no excuse for that. I used to, I understand getting frustrated with a customer or something, or like, there's just some shit you don't say to people. I used to have an employee who would just say shit, and after they would leave, I'd be like, I can't believe you just fucking said that in front of somebody.
I'm going to try and be as nice as I possibly can about this. But if I was going to get called out to rape somebody, it sure as fuck wouldn't be an obese, old-ass, ugly woman. So she needs to keep her fucking ego in check. That being said, I can understand that she might have been frightened. She might have had a traumatic experience before. But you know what? Let me put it this way. If I worked at a pet shop and a turtle took a shit all over me and it really fucked me up, I would find a job where turtles don't shit on me. You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
You can't let the fucking dark woods scare you from being a pizza delivery driver because that's your fucking job.
Well, I was a pizza delivery driver at one point for one night. And that one night, I decided I was too afraid to do it, so I never did it again. I didn't even call them. I just never went back.
They're like, and you know what happened since you didn't call back? They're like, fuck, another one dead.
No. I finished my shift and left.
Oh,
I didn't just quit in the middle of the job.
Hilarious.
I've never done that.
Fuck, another one did.
Exactly. Well, cross them off the list. Put it back in fucking Craigslist. So, as she's saying this stuff, I'm like, keep it cool. Keep it cool. Just don't be an asshole. Obviously, she is not a rocket fucking scientist. She is not a physics professor because she's 60-something years old and she's delivering pizzas for Domino's. She doesn't realize how stupid she's being right now. And I'm not saying that to be a dick, but that's honestly what the situation was. She just had no forethought of what she was saying on how that would affect a customer. So I'm just like staying cool. Just wait. Just get this delicious free pizza and leave. So I'm waiting because the manager was the guy that took my order and gave me the pizza. So I was like, manager's going to bring me out the pizza. It's going to be fine. The fucking bitch brings me my pizza. She goes, here you go. I'm sorry you got mad at me. And I was like, thank you. Have a nice day. This is fine. I can't remember exactly what I said because I was just enraptured with fucking the most savage of bloodlusts.
Kill him.
Kill him! It's like there's 17 fucking little anime dragons dancing in a fucking circle around my head. Going, kill her! Kill her! Kill her!
But this, as soon as you left, they talked shit about you, or at least she did.
I hope they did. Because you know what? She's fucking still working at Domino's being an idiot who gets mad at customers because she can't realize that she's too fucking stupid to do her job right, so she blames everybody else.
That's the worst part about it. Not that she got scared and you didn't get your pizza, but it's like, why didn't you leave the lights on? You fuck.
Exactly!
You fucking murdering rapist asshole. How dare you not leave your fucking lights on?
Well,
you motherfucker.
In her defense, I'll say this. Most people are terrified of confrontation. She's a pretty ballsy bitch, though, to basically saying that shit and coming up to you and confronting you about that. Most people would have seen you and they would have known you. The extent of what they were doing was spit on your food. Which they might have still done.
No, I watched. Trust me.
Well, trust me, you better go carry out all the time for that Domino's. You might end up with a fucking shit on your sandwich.
Well, everybody else, I'm sure,
pizza.
I mean, they know him because, he calls all the time.
That's the point.
He's never had that problem with anybody
Well,
else.
I'm sure everybody else knows her, too, and they know she's the crazy bitch they don't like working with, and they just wish she'd get fired. I'll tell you right now, she's one of those people. Every place has one.
You know what? Maybe you're the voice
everybody-
of reason I need to hear. Maybe I need to go and fucking mention that to the manager. Because I was thinking, she's too dumb to understand the repercussions of how she's acting. So don't make her lose the one thing she's got in her life. That's what I'm thinking. But maybe she is that crazy bitch, and I'm just being too nice.
She's that person who, everybody out there right now, you can think, there's that one person at your job, you're like, oh God. That person, when they show up, I used to work with a woman who, she had the worst southern drawl in the entire world. And she would call my name. She'd be like, "Cow!" from across the fucking
That is
building.
fantastic.
That was great.
And
Could
she
you do that one
was
more
like,
time?
"Cow!" And she would basically like awkwardly and like just really weirdly flirt with me. Like, if you were a little bit older, because she was like in her 40s or something, I might have to just ask you out. Da, 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 all this crazy stuff. And like everybody used to just be like, shut up. They just tell her to be quiet. And call her stupid. That's how they dealt with it. This is the overnight crew too, so these are basically the people who just given up on life.
Oh my God, I know who you're talking about. Does her first name start with a T?
Yeah.
She does the same shit to me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She's so loud and obnoxious. Everybody knows who she is, too, because of it. I'm pretty sure there's people now who work there, and based on who we're talking about, they know. They automatically know who it is.
Because you didn't give many clues other than Southern drawl and that behavior. I was like, I know exactly who the fuck that is.
Yeah. But that, it goes back to what I was saying, though. Every place has that person that you hate fucking working with who really does a terrible fucking job. But the manager either doesn't fire, one, because they can't afford to fire them because they need somebody, or two, why they might be fucking incompetent at a large portion of their job, they're more competent than somebody who you might hire off the streets. They just deal with it.
Fair enough.
But with that said, it's the
I kept my
manager's job.
cool.
Well, yeah, you did.
I just want to say I kept my fucking cool.
I wouldn't have.
I felt good because I could have gotten away scot-free with being a dick based on what she did, but I didn't want to give her that fucking victory over my peace of mind.
Did this happen on Friday?
No, this happened yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday this happened.
I was going to say, because on Friday I had something that happened when we went out drinking.
Uh-oh.
So, like, every Friday night, one of my professors takes a bunch of students out, and she buys all the drinks and food that we have during that time.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, usually about 4:30, we all meet up at this one place. It's kind of on campus, but not on campus, and a lot of people don't really get there until late. And we usually leave by 8 or 9 o'clock. But, you could drink for 4 or 5 hours, and it's on her bill. But so, one of the guys who comes, he's an older guy, he's a student, but he's loud, and he's from the north, so he doesn't have a filter. And I'm used to it. Like, people say I'm negative. That dude makes me look like fucking positive Patty in the room. So, he was talking really loud and stuff, and at one point this dude just walks up and says, "Hey," and points to him, "Are you a professor?" He's like, "Well, I've taught classes, but I'm a graduate student." And the guy's like, "Oh, well, thanks for saying that. Thanks for letting me know, because now I know I don't need to take your class." I was like, wow, what an asshole comment. So the guy just kind of started walking away, and he did that like, I just got one over on him strut, and I was like, Thanks for that input, asshole, as loud as I could. And he stopped and turned around, and I just looked at him. And he looked at me, and he just kept walking. I was just like, why are you going to come over here when we weren't even doing anything to bother you and just make some dickhead comment like that? You know?
I fucking wish I could have been there to play some awesome John Carpenter music while you guys were having to stare down like...
Well, I think I was talking to Shane about this last night with people, like, I've realized that the person who's going to come up to you and say something like that, 9 times out of 10 is a person that's not going to do anything. They're just sitting there thinking like, look at me, I'm going to go be a badass. I'm going to make me a little smart-ass comment, and they ain't going to know what to say. And they walk up there. So all you got to do is be that person that makes a comment right back at them and just don't flinch. And you know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do? Walk away. And if they don't, well, that's when you just grab the beer bottle that's sitting on the table in front of you. Just go at them with it.
Kyle, no. That is not your way. Your way is you stare at them till they hit you and then you sue them.
Yeah, that's true. I would have let him hit me first. So, because he would have started the fight and he would have went to jail and then I would have been defending myself and I would have been okay.
That's true.
And I told them that because later on they're like, hey, but you said that. I was like, well, I would have let him hit me. And then I would have proceeded to stop him and then I would have let the police take him away. You all have been like, no, he hit him first and he came over here and provoked us. So I'd have been okay in the long run. A night in jail would have been okay, but it wouldn't have been on my record. But I was like, you know, the other thing I think I told Shane about this last night is that when people say stuff like that, my favorite thing to say in response is, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Because
incredulous confusion.
Yeah, and they're like, 9 times out of 10, most people are like, I didn't think you'd hear me, or I'm sorry. You know, because they don't want to be confronted. And back to what I said, most people don't want confrontation. Those few people who do are usually fucking crazy. And they are the kind of people who probably have a knife and are going to stab you or shoot you.
Yeah, right?
That's funny. That still reminds me of my accidental badass story. I told Kyle, I've told you before.
Let's hear it.
When I was riding by on my bicycle and this person said something. And the way that they talked, I couldn't understand them. So I just heard like, and I was like, oh, this person said something to me. So I stopped my bicycle and I'm like, what? And then like they repeated it, but I still couldn't understand them. So I got a little closer. And then I'm like, what? And they said it again. So that happened like 2 more times until I'm like 5 foot from the person. And at this point, like I'm frustrated with myself because I can't understand this person. So like I'm off the bike and I'm leaning forward, you know, and I'm like, what? And they're like, no, man, I was just kidding. And I'm like, and like, you know, I'm so like confused. And at this point, I'm like, oh, okay. So I turn around and ride my bike off. And like, I get like 15 foot away. I'm like, wait a minute. That person said something to be a smart ass. And he thought when I finally confronted him, or he thought I was, he's like, no, I was just kidding.
You must have had like that Joe Pesci fucking I'm so angry that I'm confused face. And he saw that and he was like, oh, he's fucking nuts. Let's just act like that didn't happen.
Like in Casino, where it's like the
Yes.
Is this your pen? Is this your pen? Boom, 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 boom! Just stabs the dude to fucking death right there with the pen.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what it takes. Is like people want to be smartasses, and the moment they are, if you confront them, 9 times out of 10 they're going to back down because people don't want confrontation. They just want to be cool or think it's funny or to do something like that. And the thing is, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm just going to say something, especially if it's some dickhead comment that comes out of nowhere. And I've had a few drinks at that point, so I'm just like, whatever. But
it's time for a live, well, at the time of this recording, challenge. So the next time that happens, you've obviously made it to stage 2. It's time for you to make it stage 3, Kyle. The next time that happens, you don't make a smart-ass comeback and stare at him. You slam your fists on the table and scream as loud as you can and start running after them. Because chances are they are going to scream like little baby women and fucking trip over their shoelaces and everybody is going to laugh. See, you think you can do that?
Well, it's funny because I thought about doing something not like exactly like that. But this time, like, I sat there because when he came up and said that, I just looked down and I was like, douchey frat guy immediately. Like, I just, you could fucking sense it on the guys up here. So I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I got like 6 beer bottles in front of me. I could just grab, I wonder what he would do if I just grabbed one of these and smashed part of it off and just went toward him with it. You know? And I was so close to it because I was pondering, like, I could probably do it really quick. You know, grab this napkin, grab that, smash it, and just turn around and look at him.
Oh, let me be let me be the voice of reason in this.
Damn it.
And give this warning. Sometimes that person you think is just a douchey frat boy. When someone's coming at him with a bottle, things can change. Let's just say that. You never know what people are going to do in a situation like that.
Well, that's the thing is I'm not actually going to run at him with the bottle. I'm just going to smash it and turn around and point it in his general direction.
I'll tell you what. Well, actually, I would be cool. But
You always cool.
If the person was too close to me and that happened, I'd immediately try to knock them out, hit them in the throat or something. I was like, oh, fuck. Situation just escalated too far. I got to take them out.
Yeah.
That's
but
what
see,
I
at
would
the same
do.
time, you wouldn't come over and provoke something like that.
Well, yeah, you're
Not
probably-
anymore.
Unneededly. I'm not saying like
Right.
there's people over here minding their own business. You're just going to walk up and be like, "Look at me, I'm an asshole," Woo-hoo! And then walk off. That's basically what that dude did.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
What was even better was like I think he thought his friends were still behind him, but they had already walked away. They were outside when he had said this.
That's fantastic.
Oh
Which
my
would have been
God.
better because if he'd gotten a fight and then nobody to fucking back him up.
On the way over here, Shane and I were just talking about that. Let's see if maybe both of us are crazy or maybe you're crazy with us too. Do you have that voice in your head that tells you to do some outlandish shit when you get angry? Case in point, Denny's, fucking 1996.
Here it fucking goes.
Shane Tipton and myself, fucking midnight. We're ordering some chicken wings. I'm ordering chicken wings. It's busy as shit. This waitress comes over. Shane's like, I'd like to place an order. She goes, okay, hold on a minute. I'll be right back. She brings my food. She goes, do you want a refill? I say, yeah. And he goes, I'd like to make an order now. And she goes, hold on. I'll be right back. She refills my drink. She brings it back.
5 fucking times.
5 times. On the
with
5th time.
With like 10 minutes in between or longer.
Yes. He goes, I would like to order my drink now. And she goes, hold on, I'll be right back. And he goes, God damn it! And slams his fist into the table. Fucking ketchup and salt and shit spills everywhere. It was just like in a movie. Everybody got quiet. Not just the 2 tables around us. Everybody in the whole fucking Denny's went quiet. And just turned around. But what I'm getting at is there's a voice in your head that's like,
Yeah.
that motherfucker. She said that 4 goddamn times. You gonna let her get away with that shit?
Yeah.
Are you really gonna let her do that shit? Because as soon as you listen to that voice and you go, yeah, and you do it,
Yeah.
that voice goes, all right, good job, see you later, and you're fucked.
Yeah. That's what happens. You get that thing. It's like, yeah, God damn it. And let me tell you what went through my head after this. Like, that happens. Everything stops. You're feeling great. And then they respond, you know, and they're like freaked out about it and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, you know, in your head, you're like, all right, what do I do now? Fucking crickets.
Every fucking time you listen to that voice.
Every time you listen to that voice.
Do you have that voice, Kyle?
I don't really have that voice per
That's
se.
because it's
but-
his voice. That's because it's fucking it's the main one. He's the one. He has the one in the back who's like, no, you should be nice. You should be nice. But he never listens to it, so he doesn't know what happens.
He's got the reverse of us. That's what it is.
No, it's one of these things. It's like, I mean, like, everyone's like, oh, you're always angry. But that's kind of like, I have, like, this angry persona, per se.
Mhm.
But I'm not necessarily always angry. I'm, you know, maybe I am always angry. I'm not always mad. That's a better way of putting it.
It's okay, Dr. Banner. We're cool with it.
No, there's a difference
I'm
for me.
always
Like,
angry.
when I'm angry, I'll be loud and like, I'm so mad at it, blah, blah, blah. But the moment I actually get angry or mad, dead fucking silence. And and like people who know are just like, oh God, Kyle's pissed. Because I get really quiet and just sit there. And people ask me questions like, I'm okay. Yeah. And as soon as it's like, it's built up, then it's just like, ba-boom! And it just all comes out. But I don't know. Like I used to tell somebody, I'm not the one who's going to go off on you and do something like right there 9 times out of 10. I'm usually like, I want to cold and calculating and think about it. Like, you know, I want to hit you where it's going to hurt, you know?
Not me, man. I want to just jump on them, and I want to sink my teeth into their forehead and chew their fucking face skin and skull and brain matter. So everybody sees me eating a human being, like, and they're like, he's fucking crazy. He's a demon. That's what I think.
Usually when I'm getting mad, I can tell. And I like, you know, I always try and joke it off, like play it off with a joke and play it off with a joke. But eventually in my head, and this is me, I'm like, you know, I let it go. I let it go. I get more angry. I let it go. I let it go. I get more angry. And finally, like to myself, I make like this little promise to myself. It's like, the next time they do this thing right here, the next time, that's fucking it. It usually doesn't happen though. So
You set this like bar in the
I
moment,
do.
but your bar's really high.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, for things to really make me like that angry, it takes a lot, and it usually is just like stuff that's like just built up and built up and built up, or it's just like somebody acting or doing just the worst things at the worst time. Like, so the last time this happened to me was when my mother passed away, and a friend of mine, she puts it best. You will see the best and the worst of people come out at a funeral.
True.
Mm.
And I agree, it is true. After having been through one of a close family member, multiple close family members, it's true. You always see the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, her sister starts some shit. And she starts it before the funeral's there, and her sister doesn't even come. So, and my dad, he's going through a lot. I told him, don't worry about it, I'll deal with it. And I told my sister, don't worry about it, I'll deal with it. So, my aunt, I'm basically like her favorite, or one of her favorite nephews. Okay, to the point where they still call me Mr. Kyle, or they did. Okay, and I was sitting there thinking, like, you know what would just ruin her? Like, if my sister called and got angry at her, it wouldn't do anything because she didn't really care about my sister. If my dad called, she would not give a shit at all. But if I called, that would just wreck her day. So on my way back to Athens after all the funeral and everything, I call her. And I was hoping I'd get her voicemail because I don't have to talk to her, but I got her directly. She was at work, which made it even better. So I basically just told her that, like, you know, I was really nice, and then I just broke into, like, we know what you've done, and we're just done with you. You can tell your family that when you pass away not to call us, because as far as we're concerned, you're already dead to us. And I just hung up.
Whoa.
And she tried to call me like 20-something times in the span of like 2 hours.
Man.
And I did that because I was like, I didn't really care for her anyways. And I was like, that's really going to hurt her. And that made me feel really good.
God damn it, Kyle.
Shit!
You
But,
fucking
like,
napkin head.
You napkin head!
But like I knew that would get her. That's why I did it.
God damn, like Yagami. You got your death note out? You got your death note, Kyle? Do you?
Hold it now. I can't. I do think about things a lot, and I think things out. But I don't compare to like one of my other friends. He's like way worse than me. Like he's the guy who's like, I'm pretty sure the shit that's going on right now in his life he planned out in high school and it's going all according to plan.
God damn.
Let me put it this way. Calling him Light Yagami, you know, that was a little far-fetched. He's definitely Shinji Ikari, because that's fucking Hedgehog's Dilemma to the fucking T right there. He was like, what's the worst? What's her weakness? How can I exploit it?
You mean Gendo?
Boom!
You mean Gendo, right?
No, Shinji.
Shinji?
Shinji.
I don't think you understand the hedgehog's dilemma, though. It's more like you don't want people to get close to you because or you can't let people get close to you because they're going to get hurt. I don't give a fuck.
But then,
That's the
when
point.
they do get close, you attack them. In the worst fucking, in that one small area of their
guess.
That's the
armor.
fucking Viper's dilemma. No, that's a Scorpion's dilemma. It's like, no, Mr. Turtle, take me across the river. I won't sting you. If I do, we'll both drown. And you get halfway across, you sting them, but we're both going to drown. I'm a scorpion, that's what I do.
So you're saying that I'm a scorpion and that's in my nature to like just be an asshole and fuck people up like that?
To brutally murder someone, yes. That's
That's
exactly what I'm
awesome.
saying.
Yep.
I'm
Plus
down
you
with
ha-
that.
Right. And your fatality is really easy. It's
Yeah.
just up, and...
Block up.
Yeah, fuck up, man. It's super easy.
So everybody
Unless you-
chooses me.
Unless you fuck it up and then you just jump around a lot and look stupid.
Yes.
And by the same token, I am much like Kaniku Man. I can kick ass when I really, 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 really have to, but other than that, I just make a bunch of dumb comments and I'm clumsy and I like looking at women's boobs and I try to be nice. So who does that make Shane?
The host.
Host.
I'm going to go with that one.
There you go.
The host.
Completely untrue. That's what makes it funny.
That's true. That's true. Shane does not have ridiculously super feminine, poofy hairspray hair and like a fucking waiter's shirt buttoned down to the mid-chest area. God.
I don't get that reference.
Have you ever seen a host?
It's basically... how it's best to explain it? It's kind of like the... What are those cafes called that you go to over there?
Maid
The
Cafe?
maid cafe?
Yeah, it's the reverse of that.
Butler
kind of.
Cafe.
It's kind of like a butler
Oh.
kind of thing.
But it's not
There's-
anime based. It's just like,
Yeah, it's
hey, we're businessmen. Let's get some nice company, and they have those for hostesses. And you basically, it's like a what do you call them? Escort. It's like an escort.
Okay.
Kind of like, you basically could go there, and the girls go there, and the guy plays out some fantasy for them, basically.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
they dress ridiculous. I got lost in Shinjuku 2 trips ago because we were trying to find the red light district so we could laugh at like the Doraemon dildos and all the other fucked up stuff they have there. But we ended up like in like Host Alley. So it's just like all these dudes looking at us like, what the fuck are these gaijin doing here? And we were like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing here. Help! Get us out of here.
Don't worry, I'll help you.
And we saw a subway, which we took to be the fucking American ambassador embassy. So we ran there and we got out.
You mean like the Subway sandwich shop?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Subway sandwich shop. And they had fucking shrimp subways. It was crazy.
That sounds awesome.
It was really good.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, didn't you have a story?
I do, actually.
Yeah, we went off on a tangent.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a story about, like, something happened to me. It's a story that I read this week. So basically, there's this woman in China, and she's trying to seduce her boss, but he's not picking up on it. And so she contacts, I don't know how she got in touch with this guy, but she contacts this guy who says, I can help you with your problem. And so they meet in this hotel. When they get there, he tells her to take all her clothes off. And he looks at her, he's like, oh, the problem is your vagina is haunted. He's like, but I can exercise it with my penis. We need to have sex.
Yes! What
Oh.
job is this?
Oh, and it's $3,000.
What?
And she did it. And now he's in jail. Now, what he's in jail for, I cannot find. I don't know if he's in jail for fraud, rape, or prostitution.
It's
The
gotta be
only one of those that's
prostitution.
legitimate to me would be prostitution.
Dude, no, seriously, let's think about it. Let me get real close to the microphone here. I just want you to think about this. He just had a woman pay him to have sex with him whom he had never met. She paid for his dick because her vagina was haunted. I think we owe him a round of fucking applause, personally. Way to go, exorcist dick man.
But hold on, his defense is that he couldn't have done that because he has diabetes. He can't get an erection.
Was it Wilford Brimley?
No, but that would have been hilarious if it was. But no, he has diabetes, so he can't get an erection, he claims. So he couldn't have been him who did that.
That's so fantastic.
Wow.
But-
I like how it's. Well, I guess he wants to stay in business in case he gets out. You know, his excuse isn't like, "Don't be ridiculous," and no such thing as haunted vaginas. That's not his excuse. It's like, "No, I'm impotent."
Yeah.
He's like, no, I cured it. I couldn't have been that way.
Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that.
I just want you, though, to think about the levels of absurdity that goes into this story.
Yes, multiple levels.
One, how did she find this guy? Like,
Yeah.
did she just go online like, yo, my vagina's crunked up, y'all. Y'all can help me with this? The guy's like, I got the
Maybe-
cure for your vagina. It's my
Maybe he
dick.
was like a consultant kind of thing.
Vagina consultant?
No, it's like, I need advice on how to get with this other guy. Maybe
Uh-huh.
he's that kind of person. It's like
Oh.
a love advice person or
Gotcha.
something like that.
John Gray, if you will.
Sure.
I know who that is, yeah. But I mean, like, the other part of it is that, like, if he was arrested for fraud, because that's a possibility, because they could say, no, that's you lied to her, that's not what was going on, you basically just use that as an excuse to have sex with her. If I was his defense attorney, I'd be like, ma'am, is your vagina still haunted? No. Defense rests.
Exactly.
What kind of ghosts inhabits a vagina, by the way? Did they have, like, any kind of, like, old tomes that's like, this is the vagina spirit?
Well, here's the thing. Why would you call it fraud? Because you paid for it. Because
Yeah.
he told you ahead of time.
Well,
Well,
it'll
to
be-
have sex with you because your vagina is haunted, and then you pay him.
But maybe afterwards she realized, she's like, wait a minute, my vagina's not haunted. I just had a yeast infection and he didn't cure it.
Oh.
I don't know if that's really what it was. I'm just saying. That's the only reason I would think somebody would jump to the conclusion. Well, shit, your vagina's haunted. It's leaking fucking slime.
Wait, what if somebody went to her vagina and they died in there?
Oh my god.
This guy is a fucking warrior.
Oh my.
He was trying to free her vagina for the other men on this planet. He risked his dick.
Well, isn't like Shintoism's like the major, I think, religion in Japan, and it's like based on like ancestor spirit worship and stuff. Something maybe like all of her ancestral spirits were in her vagina. And he's just getting them all out.
Oh my.
You're close. This is in China. Taoism is kind of similar, so it still could be that excuse.
Okay.
It just look a little different on paper.
She sure didn't doubt what he was saying. She paid $3,000 for it.
But there's something else we got to keep in mind with this whole thing is that like there's actually a possible. You could turn this into a job, like a job over here.
I'm thinking of how to do that now.
Imagine if you're like a male stripper and that's your gimmick, is that you come out to the Ghostbusters theme, and you come out and it's like the intercom guy's like, he's like, ladies, your vaginas are haunted. We got the cure. We got the Ghostbuster here. And the guy comes out there. He's got like this, this slime laden like
Oh my god.
underwear on with his dick hanging out.
Oh my god.
And he gyrates in their face, and then he can he can unhaunt their vaginas with his dick if he
I'll be
wants.
damned.
Oh my gods above! There's an anime that is almost exactly like that. It's called, Amai Naideo. I think it's translated to my Buddha or something like that. This guy...
Is that the one where he's in there with all the
shrine
plays,
maidens?
And they would, when they got turned on, he turned into the super exorcist?
Yes!
Yes!
That's it! Whenever he gets a boner, because all of these shrine women there have huge tits, he becomes an exorcist when he gets a hard-on. Maybe that's what this guy does. Maybe it was the author of that manga, and he's like, I'm gonna give this a shot.
Let's see if it really works.
Fuck, it's worth a try at this point.
That's a great anime, by the way. Look it up, everybody. Amai Naideo.
But yeah, just the whole story. It's one of those stories that you see the headline, you're like, this can't be really what happened. This has got to be one of those news things they're spinning to get people to click. I'm like, oh no, that is what happened. Okay, fair enough.
That's totally what happened.
I want to know about this vagina. Like, is it? I consider myself a amateur ghost hunter. So I'd like to go.
I think we all are now at this point.
Yes. The flesh cave, where no man can fucking go anymore.
Oh God!
I want to save the world from vagina ghosts.
Now I just imagine it's like she goes into the police and she's like, listen, this guy told me my vagina was haunted and that if I gave him $3,000 and he slept with me, he would cure it. Turns out I was just on my fucking period. This guy fucking totally ripped me off. I thought it was like fucking The Shining going on in there, and like the walls were bleeding. It turns out it was my vagina.
Turns out that wasn't the case at all.
Not at all.
Who knew?
Oh man! Now I just imagine him sticking his face in her vagina, going, "Here's Johnny."
The Shining. Yes.
Oh Jesus! Chinese people, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Man, that
It's
guy's
just-
fucking awesome.
The thing is, it's just like, I mean, I guess her defense is that she's stupid. I mean, really?
I don't know.
How
I think that's
dumb.
his defense.
That's an offense. That's not a defense.
I'm just saying.
I mean, really, though, maybe the laws are different. Because over here, let me tell you, it's like, oh, yeah, I bought this thing, and it turns out it was a terrible idea. They told me what they were going to do, and I bought it. They're like, well, why did you do that for? That was stupid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe, and I'm pretty sure that they're getting him on prostitution. Like, they'll probably try to throw everything at him. That's part of what they do, is they throw everything at you and just hope something sticks. That's probably what's the case is. But I could not find anywhere what the actual charges were, just that he was in jail. Man. So,
Being too clever for your own good.
Exactly.
they can't get him for rape because she willingly had sex with him.
She paid him.
Gave him money. Yes.
You
Yeah.
can't-
Unless they try to say it was like something like sex through deception or something. I don't know.
That doesn't. All right, guys. All
really,
you out
really.
there listening, get your ass to jail right now.
I was just saying, but
Every
really.
fucking male, go
Is
to
it
jail.
all sex through deception?
Sex through deception. That sounds like a fucking 1996 Shannon Tweed Cinemax film.
Sex through deception.
It's got some bad keyboard music intro.
Sex through deception. Where'd you come up with that?
Dude, is that a real thing?
I don't know. I mean, they have laws for all sorts of stupid shit. I've seen people get arrested for stupid shit. Like, I saw a guy get a ticket one time for attempting to speed. I'm like, you're not attempting
to speed?
What?
You're either speeding or you're not. There's no attempting to. They said that they said that basically he sped up to go through a yellow light. So they said he was attempting to speed, and that's what they wrote the ticket for. It got thrown out.
Okay, that's awesome.
Wow.
You know what? I didn't like the amount of effort he put in there. What do you think? I think he should try harder.
He brought his knee too high up when he was getting ready to press that gas pedal.
That's what I'm saying. I can't. Points off.
But oh man. So any of the female listeners out there, if you have a haunted vagina, I think we could exercise it for you. So send in emails and let us know at offenderspodcast@gmail.com.
And don't try any of that sex by the ships and shit. We've already explained it all. You know about it.
Yeah,
This is our declaration. You're on your own.
Yeah,
Unless
exactly.
you need the fucking ghost removed.
And I'll tell you what, I'm a philanthropist, so I will exercise your vagina for free. You don't have to pay me $3,000
Well,
because I don't want to be arrested for prostitution. So.
You have no morals.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I was going to say...
I'm just mad that you said that before I did. That's what I
Exactly.
Son of a bitch! Why did I say that earlier?
When I told the story at our drinking session on Friday, I made sure to look at the two females there. It was like, but I didn't come out and straight say it. But I was like, haunted vaginas, kind of with that like, y'all know about them, right? You know what a real cure is? Me.
Well done. Did you ask them if they know how to twerk?
No, I'm pretty sure they don't.
Maybe the ghost does.
They could.
Maybe that's why there are no haunted vaginas in America, because you just got to twerk it out.
That's right. We can twerk it out. We can twerk it out.
My goodness.
All right, so I have a question for this week. It's a short question. It's a simple one. Okay. So, someone comes to you. They give you two options.
Oh, boy.
For the rest of your life, you either, one, have to have a colostomy bag, or you have to have a in-the-dick catheter. Which do you choose? And you gotta choose one.
I did the catheter.
Why would you take the catheter, Shane?
Bag's too much of a pain in the ass to deal with.
Fair enough. What would you go for, Evan?
I would break my own neck.
They're gonna bring you back. You gotta choose one. You don't. It's like it's one or the other.
Inescapable.
No cop out answer. One or the other.
Dude, I'm not a cop. I'm an outlaw. I'm a fucking master of magic. I'm gonna break my neck and go to the different astral realm.
No.
He can't choose.
Yeah, don't be a bitch. Choose a fucking thing. Don't be one of those people, Evan. Just choose.
You're just mad because I got a way out of it and you guys have dick bags.
No.
I don't have a dick bag.
I know which
Ass
one I'm
bags.
taking, and I have a good reason. Well, I'll tell you. I will take the colostomy bag.
Oh.
And this will be why. Someone pissed me off, I just take it off and throw it at them. Boom! Bag of shit in your face. Done.
So let's...
That guy on Friday night? Colostomy bag in the face.
So let's be clear. Colostomy bag just gathers shit in a bag. Catheter gathers piss in a bag.
Yes. Basically, that's what they're for. Usually, like, if you're in the hospital and you're in a bed, they give you a catheter so you if you can't get up or something. That colostomy bag is if you have some kind of surgery, or some people have to have them permanently, but usually they're only temporary nowadays. But if you have one, they, some kind of like intestinal surgery where you can't go to the bathroom, they have it just go to this bag and they just change the bag out.
Now, technically, you said for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you said that first question. That's why I said I would break my neck. So you fucked up asking the question.
Yes.
But you still got to choose. You can choose and then kill yourself if you want. But I mean, really, if you're
Okay.
if you're going to kill yourself over something that simple, that's like a pussy thing to do. Just deal with it. There are people who live their whole lives with a bag of shit hanging on their side, and they seem to be okay with it. Evan, are you going to be a bitch?
Yes.
Little bitch.
I'm not a peer pressure person. If you want to have something shoved up your dick or your ass, that's cool, man.
It's not shoved up your ass. It's actually cut in the side of you, and your intestines just empty into it.
Yep. That's why I chose the other one.
I don't know how colostomy bags work.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that I don't want one. So I guess if I have to choose one, I'm going to go with Shane's answer, the catheter. But while they're preparing it, I would vanish mysteriously.
See, I see the pros and cons of both. Like with the catheter, I mean, just think how much time you could save. You don't have to go to the bathroom. You just got a bag. You just throw it away. You're sitting there watching a movie. You're in the theater, and you're like, God, I should not have got that extra large Coke. Oh, it's no big deal. You just kind of go. You know, you don't have to get up. You don't feel like you're missing anything. You just kind of go, and then when you're done, just toss it in the trash can. I'm pretty sure that's a biohazard, but you could do it. They don't know. You know.
That is a terrible question to ask your friends, Kyle.
I think it's a great question. Hell, I asked my advisor and people in my department that question. And we all agreed, colostomy bag, because we could throw it at people. Literally. Like, I didn't even say that. 3 other people said it at the same time, colostomy bag, because I could, like, stick it under a door and step on it. It would spray out, or I could throw it in someone's face. Literally. And, like, one of these is a professor. And she was excited, like, oh, man, that's a great idea, you know? But maybe they just said something about statisticians.
Maybe it does. Maybe it does.
We're like monkeys. We just want to throw shit at people.
That's what I was thinking when you said that. I was like, maybe they just want to be monkeys.
So, I'd like to point out that anybody who believes in karma out there, some terrible thing has just happened to you. You had to have a colostomy bag. The first thing you do is think, how can I use this to ruin other people's lives? I mean, really. How can I use this to fuck with everybody else?
That's my whole life, Shane. How can I use everything that around me to ruin somebody else's life?
Fucking
napkin head. Yes. Go eat your fucking ploopa de pluff. What was that shit called?
Or colon bunting.
Or colon bunting.
I would totally eat one. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't. But like I said, I wouldn't put the napkin on my head. Fuck God, he can look at me in the eye when I eat this shit. Don't be a bitch, God. Look at me.
Don't be a beach. Don't be a beach.
Oh man.
Oh. I don't know if we can. Where do we go? Where do we go?
Where do we go now?
What are we talking about next week? I forgot.
Okay, so yeah, that's probably a good way to wrap up because really this show's over. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, where can we go after shit
dick
bags?
and asshole bags?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, shit bags, whatever.
So next week, as our lead up to AWA, and for AWA, all 3 of us are going, and there's going to be some other friends are going to go with us too, and I know some other people I know are going to be there too. So it's weird, like more people I know are going to AWA than Dragon Con this year.
I like anime.
Anime is the way to go, brother.
AWA is just more fun to me, but anyways, next week as our lead up to it, all 3 of us kind of gave each other movies or anime that we should watch, so we're going to discuss it. So I got Evan and Shane both to watch Studio Ghibli's Hayao Miyazaki's film Nausicaa of the Valley of Wind.
I still have to watch that, actually.
Well, you got a week, so yeah. And it's one of my favorite movies, so that's why I got them to watch that. And Evan, what was it that you got us to watch?
Kabuto Karasutengu.
Okay, that's right. So we watched the OVA of that, because I know there's a series too, but we only watched the OVA. And then Shane got us to watch Summer Wars.
I just watched that today.
I did. Yeah, I watched it a while ago. So, but we'll talk about those next week, what we thought of them. And, you know, if you want to kind of know what we're talking about, you can watch all of them too. They're all out there, fairly easy to find. I think Kabuto's on YouTube, in fact. So, with an English dub, if you wanted to watch that. But those are what we're going to watch. We're going to talk about them and discuss them. And then the week after, we're going to go to AWA. We'll probably have more interviews, and we'll also probably try to record something. I think it'll be easier to actually record an episode at AWA than it would be to record at Dragon Con. Because we'll actually all be in the same hotel and everything.
Yeah.
So, but that is going to be the show for this week. If you have any questions or comments or stories that you want us to talk about or bring up, or just tell us whether you would take a catheter or a shit bag, just let us know. Or if you have a vagina that needs exercising, you can contact us as well. At offenderspodcast@gmail.com. Offenderspodcast@gmail.com. So, until next week, I'm Kyle.
I'm Evan.
I'm not a napkin head.
This has been The Offenders. Have a good one.
Listen to Strife.